Hello everyone and welcome back to the Bollywood Brawl League Season 3. We're here for the Qualifier League 2 and it's going to be the very last game in Qualifier League 2, to be honest. It's Quist against Abbadon, Quist playing as the Undead, Abbadon as the Cult of Possessed. We have Hunter in the Darkness, Mark for Death, Wordston Rush, similar rating here between the two. We have rank 3 warbands, meaning that we're gonna see 5 henchmen, 2 heroes and a leader. And for this specific map, the Hunter in the Darkness was actually picked by Quist. He won this reward winning his last mission that he got to start first. And here he is. Hoping that that would bring him an advantage, and it might be here. Gonna catch one of the vulnerable units of Abbadon's here. We're off to a very quick start. You can even see that the wagon here of Abbadon is right near if he wants to take the idol to quicken it along. You can see that morale here in the top left corner 114 to 100. A bit unlucky there for Quist, having 3 of his units in the top left corner. As we take a look at this, let's quickly go through the scoreline before this game starts. You can see this is the last game, Quist against Abbadon. Quist is chasing the top 4 spot here that's gonna get him into upper division, and he needs to win. If he wins, he's going to get it. If he loses, he might still get it, but then he needs at least 4 kills, at least 4 kills. So let's see how that works out. Abbadon is already going down into the lower division. See the Marauder being shown here. Seems that all of the heroes and the leader of Abbadon is relatively close to this goal. It's going to be important for Quist to see if he can come in and reinforce. For Abbadon, he can only go in there with 1 character, but he could possibly cycle in with Mutant and the Magister. Wow, this is going to be exciting. I'm gonna follow Quist's progress here. We are following this game from Quist's perspective, although I think you already know that, seeing as it's the blue color and the blue icons and the undead and the icon marker. But it bears repeating. If Quist could get his vampire down here, he could do a lot of damage. Oh, he even misses with that. That is unfortunate. That's a blue greatsword, so he's a decent chance of scoring a critical hit with it. So you know what kind of damage he can do here. He has an easy time. Wow, that was lucky. 5% chance scoring a critical hit and stunning him. Well, that's not really good for Quist here. Much better for Abbadon if he can. Oh, there we go. So this is the unlucky part. Look at this. This is a zombie that doesn't have any movement whatsoever, being caught at the other side of the map. It's gonna take him several turns to get into that combat. Wow, yeah, this is definitely the It's funny, Quist thought that this would be to his advantage, but it seems to be mostly turning out to be in Abbadon's advantage. Not just with the initiative, it's also that Abbadon has been super lucky having all of his units relatively nearby, or most of them. While Quists are a little bit more divided up into what looks like at least two teams. Remember that Quist only needs the win here, so grabbing the idol of Abbadon and trying to force a route test eventually could be a good move. Abbadon's mission here is where's the rush? And it seems like he's wanting to go for that. And is it technically... I think it's technically impossible for Abbadon to actually go through to the upper division. Even if he scores a perfect 8-0 here with the objective, it's only going to be 12 points. That means that he will have the same amount of points as Ragnarokkus, but he will still have a worse score difference by 1. So it's virtually impossible for him. The Vampire Thrall should be better equipped here to get somewhere where she's needed. She's relatively close here. She can just get over the bridge and threaten from that angle. I wonder why he's going up here when the mutant clearly abandoned this position to the low ground. We're gonna see. We have a dark soul here in the... There he is. He could be subjected to a lot of punishment from Quist, trying to even out the odds. And if you, as we've seen from the morale here, it's going to be the advantage of Quist to try and trade units a bit, especially if you can trade the zombie to someone else. Seems like it's going to block off the bridge here. Don't think this is going to be advantageous for him. Yeah, gonna do an ambush in that location, blocking off the bridge, but not the stairs. Gatekeeper, what an appropriate name. So there are 2 Dark Souls here. There's one there in the building. Maybe the vampire can go and get him. Even though the goal is going to recover from the stun and being able to do 1 attack and as well as a dodge stance, it's not worth it to go and save him. Probably it's just better to get wonder why he wants to be in the high ground here. I mean, he's trying to get over here by the little bridge and hoping that the Dark Soul is up there. Let's see. This is a poor use of the... Oh, he can actually jump down there. If he steps back a little bit, he could recover the blue pill and then he could jump down. No, taking 30 damage instead to be able to jump down. Alright, I think that was not a good choice. And I don't really like this by Quist, to be honest. I don't like it because you want to have the vampire going into the mutant or the marauder or the magister. Not just because it's a hero hero thing, it's also because those units are also susceptible to terror. Well, the Dark Souls aren't, so he's just taking away one of his biggest advantages by putting him against the Dark Soul. But he wanted to catch him, and catch him he has. It would be better to just move across the bridge. If you can get him onto that platform that you have been moving the Thrall as well as the Ghoul, could be a good spot from which to fire down upon. Where is he going now? This is not a map that Quist really loves. It's the map he lost to Nanashi on. Sure, he remembers that. Is there enough space to jump down? Yes, there is. But that basically denies the ambush, I think, since the vampire now moved closer to the Dark Soul, and he's going to just be able to nudge himself into combat with him. Yeah, you do. It's all about trading units here, and he wants the Ghoul to catch up, so he's gonna trade one of his ghouls for this Dark Soul. Gonna see how powerful this Dark Soul is. He is the last unit to move in this turn. I remember that the Ghoul here was at least a level 3 Ghoul, since he had the 4 red pills, 2 attacks. He needs to be wary of his own idol here, Abbadon. That's going to play a key part in this game. Alright, let's see what Drinker can do. Yeah, you can just move into it, denying the ambush altogether.
A new round has started.
As he switched from the bow here to a mace and a dagger, increasing his initiative quite a lot, meaning that this Brennan is going first in this round. I don't think he should pull too many more units into this fight. I think that he should gather up his team on the opposite side and take down this Dark Soul instead. I think that would be a better move for Quist than committing too much here. He's going to get swarmed and he needs the zombie to catch up. And I think he's going to do exactly that. Yes, he is. Can he bypass a dodger to do a little bit of damage on someone? Good, stacking another disease carrier and as well as a 50% dodge when facing the Magister. Well, that's the good thing about the mutants, that they start with a really good ballistic skill, so they can, in the beginning phases of a tournament like this, act as archers, even if they're not going to be that by the end, and they can still be having that as their secondary slot, as a starting slot, to be able to produce a little bit of skirmish damage as the teams circle one another. Oh wow, managed to go through the dodge and score another critical hit. Yeah, this is going to be the end of this goal, no doubt. And manages to finish him off, netting Abbadon a neat little lead. See if he can finish off that Dark Soul in just one turn, so he can equalize the score here, Quist. Should be likely. I think that Dark Soul that we saw, since he's using a Great Sword, he might be a very new character. It's definitely not at the same level here. That ghoul was level 4. Going into this fight, one could probably say that these two players are evenly matched. They are very similar on the table as we saw earlier. They have very similar ratings, and their warbands seem to be very similar to one another as well. Obviously the Cult of Possessed has more of an ability here to grow as we go along. The warband is a little bit better in the format, but Quist is a good player. He has much more experience from level 10 tournaments, and he might know exactly what to do here. Taking up a few more wordstones. Could he be... Where is he? Oh, so he's running on the wooden bridge here. Could be possible to reach him with the vampire thrall. She's coming up. Let's see if he wants to commit to that. Abbadon might not be aware that there are two units relatively close here. Vampire thrall as well as the ghoul. She's still a very low level target here. There we go, the unnecessary 30 damage taken. Do you really need that stench? Well, maybe if you want the ghoul to hit. Gonna take the return blow. Yeah, this is a level 1 Dark Soul. See if he lands this. This might be the only chance he has at doing a little bit of damage. Remember that even if they are equalizing out on the scoreline here, it's Quist has lost a more valuable unit, but that ghoul did a significant amount of damage on the Brethren, and that's going to play in part later on. Might want to use delay here to be able to use the remaining movement. We might have some movement over the bridge here. Yes, indeed we do. That's very brave of Abbadon, going straight towards the wagon here of Quist. That is his inventory, though that's not what he wanted to do. He wanted to steal the idol. That's what he wanted to do. Let's see if he has any blue pills left over. Yes, he does. Now here is a risky move by Abbadon. This might be a Dark Soul that's going to be caught here. Can't have too many blue pills left over. That might be the last blue pill he had. He's not going to be able to use that +3 movement, but gets the free dodge stance. But you know, there is a ghoul nearby, there's a zombie nearby. He could definitely be surrounded here. Oh, if he wants to, he could jump down with Vampire Thrall as well. Can he get into a good fighting position? No, he cannot. I think this was a big mistake by Abbadon. He's gonna lose another Dark Soul here. Let's see if the return blow lands here. Good dodge success. It does not. So now he's going to be facing a lot of damage. It's a little bit of a poor way of going into the combat here by Quist. Should have used one of the corners more. That would have been better to make sure that all of his units can actually get in there. Now I'm not so sure that they can. I think only one more unit can get in there, since she is blocking the path forward between her and this knight propped on the horse. If she had gone in at the corner, it would have been a much better situation for him. And this is going to force Abbadon to overcommit. It is. He might be able to get there with the Marauder though. Maybe the Magister as well if he wants to. Could focus down on the Thrall. Picks up a few more Water Stones. And suffers from it. It's unfortunate that Quist went in that specific direction. If he'd gone in another way, he could get both the zombie and the ghoul in there, but now I think it's only going to be one of them. Oh, that's so lucky for this Dark Soul. He got one more opportunity to do a little bit of damage, and he manages to do that, half killing the vampire here of Quist. This is looking really bad for Quist at the moment. See, he has the same initiative as the two ghouls coming in here, so he was a bit lucky that he got to start ahead of that ghoul. Otherwise he would have been dead. He's lucky with the dodge roll here, he could live a little bit longer. Has opportunity to do a big charge. You can see she is blocking all the paths. Lands that, it's gonna be really big. Why would he delay? It's only one attack here. Remember that with a great axe as this ghoul has, you don't need to get the extra hit chance, you just need to move in. Gonna have to bypass the dodge though and manages to miss entirely. That is very unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. You can see how the RNG here is playing a big factor right now. Especially with the initiative there. Having a half dead vampire is not really that great against a level 1 Dark Soul like this. A staying power of Quist is in question. Can he survive the oncoming onslaught? I could jump down there with the ghoul, that could be a good option. The ghoul that's coming up. Have to be careful, is he going to trigger one of the ambushes? Is that... Oh, it might be too far away. Just wants to go in here and do double hits. Just remember here, it's only 4 kills that Quist needs. 4 kills or 3 kills and the objective. And then he's going into the upper division, no matter what happens in this game. Here comes the Marauder though. Is he close enough to do a charge? Yeah, I think he might be. Charging the ghoul, manages to miss, but it's gonna get a second attack off. This zombie is gonna have a really poor matchup when it's going to be his turn. He probably needs to go on the other side of the fence here, and Abbadon has no such reason to do anything otherwise. He can just move straight into the vampire thrall from here, or even the ghoul as well. That zombie's most important duty might be to hold the Magister. He can do another charge here as well. That could be a very damaging hit if he does. Manages the fear test against the vampire troll. Let's see what happens. Nice dodge. Gonna get a second attack off. See if we can land one of those famous critical hits. No, it is not. 11% hit chance of that though. But yeah, now to go on the other side of the fence here. It's such an This could be this crucial thing, exactly where Quist deployed or went into combat with that vampire thrall. That could be so important. And that's going to be so damaging. Plus 40% damage and 20% armor bypass. There's no way. So what is the idea here for Quist? Why is he delaying? Is he thinking that maybe the vampire thrall is going out? This because he really needed to have a little bit move away from this fight to be able to get in more units. Like if he just moves one blue pill and ends into an ambush now, he might be in a disadvantaged position. Yeah, this is the unit he could block with the zombie. I think he should. Ambush is going to be useless for him though. He's going to block up the entire path anyway. If he was going to ambush with his movement for zombie, it's not going to do anything worth doing. Should have a very high hit chance here. Let's see if he can manage to land this. Doesn't want to take any risks whatsoever. Wants to finish the deed, and does. Needs to recapture that idol though to keep his morale at a high value. Probably wants to do another attack and then a dodge stance. He does get 10% to dodge incoming blows, like from the great sword here. Yeah, I still think you should just block the path. No, don't go into an ambush. That's just going to lead to being charged and you don't get a single attack. Exciting stuff. We have a lead here for Quist. See if we can reinforce here with the vampire somehow. He might have moved too many units forward here. Look at this. The brethren is left behind. He could maybe make an effort towards getting to him and striking the kill. I think he's going to make it. Even more damage here. We could take the idol and then gonna get a movement boost so that he can definitely reach into. Yeah, and then reach into the brethren. Could possibly kill him here. Look at the morale changing so fast now. Abbadon is really down since he also lost the idol. 60 to 40. Should move into the brethren archer here. Alright. Well, it's still a very open area, isn't it? Why not move into the... It's a poor ambush mode. Gonna get some nice shots off now if he just moves forward a little bit. He has the opportunity to hit a few characters. There is very much going to be easy to hit the Dark Soul behind here. He wants to be careful with the... see, he can do 3 shots, so he wants to be able to do 3 shots without using aim if possible. Or he goes in and he does 2 attacks. Well, you could take the idol back, but you cannot... What is he doing?
Your idol was stolen.
Could put it back into the box there if he wants to. I feel like this was a wasted opportunity. Look at this. The ghoul could have gotten that as well. And now he missed out on having 3 shots. And for what? I can't say I agree with this move by Quist, but see how this develop. Might want to go back with one of the Dark Souls, see if he can get towards the vampire. Could he get in here on the ghoul? Is that possible? No, it's not. He needs to go around. Remember that the zombie here is in ambush, but he could do a charge on that zombie. Yeah, you need to go out on the other path. Oh, might we see a zombie ambush trigger? That would be the day. Let's see. He might be stepping too close. He should do a charge here. Look at this. He's also put the zombie in a weird angle here, so he could... wow. There's going to be a charge. So that mutant is going to be wasted right now. He can't do anything. He needs to go up on the top side and then jump down somewhere. Probably on the other side here. Get into the back of the zombie. Unless he has attracting lure. Wow, that was a really good opening. He's gonna open up the path here. Just make sure he can move a bit forward now. No, he cannot. I'm not sure that the mutant can actually get through. Can he get through? No, that's so unfortunate. Yeah, he could just go into the very corner here, and you could double up on this Dark Soul. Very, very bad move here by Abbadon. Yeah. Indeed, should have used an attack and then use attracting lure. Had 2 red pills left over, so that is damage that he has lost making. Attracting lure is a very good skill. It's what makes the cult of possessed tick a bit. And it is most powerful when used on zombies, since no one else has that low of a leadership. Don't necessarily have to be in an ambush here right in front of the brethren. I guess he's wanting to cover for the vampire, but that would be a better choice, I think. Yeah, it's gonna make sure that no one can come back from the bridge. It's still just going to be the brethren and the vampire, and the vampire's not going to die to the brethren in just one round. You can do fatal damage. It's good of Quist to utilize the very hurt vampire like this, getting into the back lines. And right now Abbadon has 2 units that he cannot really use. This Dark Soul that he's using, that he's moving around, and the mutant right here as well. None of them can really get into combat, it's too clumped up. Where does he want to go? It might probably... oh, getting Gift of Savagery plus 15% extra damage for 3 turns. Might not be too bad going up here. Let's see. 66 damage, but he gets to do a bit of damage in return. Oh, that's unfortunate. And 66 hit chance. This might be a duel that's going to go badly for Flame Shoulder.
A new round has started.
How quickly the tables have turned so far. I don't think he has a stance available to him. No, he does not. Lance the Disease Carrier. And twice. 2% chance of a critical hit. None of them did happen. Let's see if he's going to be lucky here with the dodge roll. For his sake, he better be. Otherwise, the Marauder's going to pulverize him and take the idol back. Yeah, that could have been good. That maybe why he did switch and got closer to the Vampire Thrall to be able to use that to boost her initiative. It's been a well-known tactic by Quist, and I haven't seen any of the other Undead players use it so far. Oh wow, completely wasted the Marauder for a whole turn here. That's very lucky. It's really going into Quist's favor right now. Hopefully the Dreg here can boost up the Vampire Thrall. And this turn, doubtful she's going to die, but who knows? This is a blue greatsword as well, going to hurt quite a lot if it gets through the dodge. Well, he hasn't missed this dodge. That means that the Vampire Thrall is going to live as well. Wow, just one little number short here of scoring a critical hit. So the zombie could move in now, and I think he really should. Oh yeah, the idol is still on the drag. Excuse me. I think he should move in on the Dark Soul here, to be honest, even if you're a bit hurt with him. And make the Dreg switch to a bow and then be useful in that way. You can still use Humble Servant. Brethren is another one of those units that is susceptible to terror, so I don't know if he's going to go after the vampire or not, or just move the heck away from that position. I might have to be a little bit more creative in your search. Can't get through there. We know that since before. Need to go and climb up. Does he want to get into the back lines here, or is he going to go down the stairs and erase this ghoul that's fighting one of his Dark Souls? That is going to be the question. It's much faster to get it to the backside here. It's gonna be able to make that in one turn, but seems to want to go and no, he realized that he can get into combat on this turn by going down here. He could not do that if he went the other path, and he wants to be in combat. He wants to do the damage, so here he goes. Oh, that's unlucky. Abbadon really needs something here to switch the thing around, and not happening right now. Managed as a slicer at least. It's some melee resistance gone. Things look very much set to change here. See if Abbadon can manage a dodge roll for once as well to tie this up. No, he does not. He does not land his 49% dodge roll like Quist does on a regular basis. And Brimstone might be going down here in the next turn, specifically if she's going to get boosted here, and I think she is. She is. Quist will remember it this time, no doubt about that. Yeah, I think actually the Brethren was moved very far away. Could go into the mutant. The mutant has extra face and slicer, but there is no protection against terror there. What is he doing? What is this? What are you doing? Why are you going so far away? You can't get on top of the bridge. I really don't know what Quist is aiming for here. I mean, he's definitely looking for the brethren, but I think he's looking for him in the wrong way, and he's not using the minimap to really search for the brethren. And this is just a wasted ton of a really good melee character. That was such a waste. This is the most unlikely scenario of where Abbadon would be going. I don't think he's gone in this direction at all. I think he just went on the opposite side of the road, moving away from Abbadon's wagon. Should probably want to aim for the ghoul here. I don't think he's in a stance, unlike the zombie. The game is about to be decided, and it looks pretty grim for Abbadon, especially with these rolls. Quist managing most of the dodges and parries here, to the chagrin of Abbadon. Going to use Attracting Lure, yeah, to be able to use up all of those red pills and lands that. That was at least something. That's going to open up for the drag to go in there, though. That might not have been... I mean, it's sound tactically with using up the unit's full potential, but strategically he's going to get to face the drag now, and he's going to finish off Scarlet Tiger. He's going to use Humble Servant on the Vampire Thrall and then move in for the kill here. And that might be our route test coming up. In that case, is the Vampire Thrall is going to kill the Magister, and then... you have this dead Dark Soul coming in. That's a good hit. I'll probably aim to do damage on the mutant instead. Depends. Completely depends. Manages a nice dodge roll here. It's going to be the doom for this ghoul. Linda is not going to survive for long. Here we go. Humble Servant. Humble Servant and moving into the Dark Soul. Three attacks to finish off the Dark Soul here. Don't really need to do a charge. It was a little bit unnecessary, I think. Should have saved it for some extra attacks. But has three kills right now. So one more kill and Quist is going to get into the upper division. And one more kill is going to get a win here. Then he doesn't even need the extra kills. It's looking very good for him right now. Can he do another charge here? We'll just see. His movement is just too short. Just a slightly bit too short. Remember that the dregs are one of the slowest units in the game. They're definitely the slowest hero, just having 5 movement. Here we go. Insult to make sure she hits. Just need one more hit. There we go. Very nice. Kill off that level 5 Magister. And we have a route test coming up for the Marauder to take, most likely here. It's not going to have too great of a chance of doing that. It's 4-1 to Quist right now, and he has secured himself into the upper division with this win. Fails the fear test as well. Well, it's really not looking good. Fails the parry check as well. Could kill off Annie here in one decisive blow, but he needs to pass the round test. It's gonna be one more 29. If he manages to score a critical hit, he could kill Lackey here. Doesn't quite do it, but he's gonna be significantly scared for the round test. Let's see what happens. Round test coming up for Abbadon. Is Quist going to win this or not? He manages to succeed. Let's see what kind of damage he can do here. Manages to succeed on the fear test as well. This might be a good comeback. Should focus on the vampire thrall. And hopefully he does that. Could possibly kill her off. And look at that, 32% chance of managing this this route test. That's really lucky. That's just 8 leadership. Man has insult himself. This is a very popular skill among many of the players right now. I think Clyde got it earliest, but a lot of others did as well. Fails the blood offering. That was the kind of kill he needed. Could get some support here after the ghoul is killed on the bridge though. Must land one more blow. There we go. Don't really know here where Little Thorn has gone. Would be hilarious to see that he's taking up the bow, well, keeping up the bow, reloading and coming into attacking the vampire from very much afar. I would really like that to happen. Showing the error of his ways. Probably doesn't have quite the movement to do something except charging into manages a miss. It might still be possible to clip this Dark Soul and so get another unit in on him. Finally manages to land one of the blood offerings here, Abbadon. See what kind of damage he can do with a second follow-up attack. It's significant enough to reduce the score here. If he can just recapture his idol from the vampire, that's really what is setting Abbadon apart here with the... Yeah, you can see that. I was guessing exactly right. He was just moving as far away as possible. And now we have the vampire who is in the wrong location. Could still possibly reach that if the brethren is still at that specific location, but I don't think he is. I think that's where he started his turn. Wants to avoid being shot here, so it's going to take a super long way around, making sure that the vampire is not going to play any part whatsoever in the rest of this match, just like that brethren. Does he have attracting lure here as well? Remember, the attracting lure does not work on ghouls, but it could work on the zombie here if he has it on this unit as well. No, I don't think he does. It was a one-time thing with that other Dark Soul. It's going to get there eventually, but for now he has to suffer. Can he go in and get the Marauder here? I think that's what he really wants to do. He has a parry stance, but it hasn't stopped Quist so much so far in this match, and he cannot clip. No, why not? Why not go in and try and kill the Marauder? It will free up all of the other characters to do something else. He can move in there and do a regular attack with 80% hit chance. Let's see. Manages to do that. So it's going to be another route test coming up, and this time it's going to be the mutant. He might not have 8 leadership. He starts with only 2. See how much he has improved upon that. Could climb up here just like the mutant did, or he could start shooting. That is an option as well. %9 chance for critical hit. That's quite a lot. This might be a short bow.
A new round has started.
If Abbadon is losing one more unit due to the morale here, he might actually not be forced to take a route test at all. He could be just losing the game outright. Could get into the mutant from here, but do you really want to? Do you want to expose any? You might want to use some other unit that has a bit of a higher hit point total left remaining at this point. Mjolnir is going to play it a bit safe. Could go across the bridge here. Get into a sort of ambush position so that the mutant cannot come and reinforce. No, it's as good as any positions. And the route test is coming up. Let's see. Ah, he manages to land that as well. Oh my god. And you can see that he has 7 in leadership on that mutant. But that was so lucky. Twice Abbadon refuses to lie down and is going to take this to the end. We'll see how long that lasts. Oh, here he is, the little brethren. Can he do 2 shots? I think he can. I think he's one. I believe that Abbadon said that he's one of the very first units that he brought in, so should have a decent amount of red pills, 4 to be exact. Still just waiting it out now. I think it's very much apparent that Quist is going to win this and he's going to land a 4th spot in Qualifier League 2. Abbadon, and unfortunately Ragnarokos, who was waiting for this, is going to go down. Oh, manages to go past another dodge roll here. It's not that high of a chance, but could score another kill here, and that's going to be the end of the game. That's going to bring his morale down to 0. Congratulations to Quist for winning this important last game in the Qualifier League 2, and have fun in the upper division. Thank you for watching this, and I hope you enjoyed it as always. We're going to see more of these 2 players and other players coming into lower and upper division, and going to be really excited for that. Qualifier League 2 is officially ended. Thank you for watching once more.